Hi, this is Dave with DavesTR4A. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Thursday, May 26th. I have been kind of putzing around with the tuning on my car, and I noticed that the carburation, the mixtures on the front and rear carburetor are vastly different for some reason. Well, not vastly, but it's enough for me to be concerned about it. The two rear plugs are perfect, and I'll show you those in a minute here. The front two are just totally carbon filled black, and I'm not really sure why. I have always changed the plugs at the starting of the driving season. I'm running Champion L87YC plugs, which are kind of the de facto standard for the Triumph four-cylinder engine. But so I don't think it's the plugs. I don't think it's the distributor or the wires or anything. I think it's something fundamentally different between the carburetor tune, the mixture control, and the two carburetors. So I've done a couple of things to look into changing that, or to at least evaluate. Okay, so next step was to remove all four spark plugs. I cleaned them on the my wire wheel and put them back in the car. I drove about 20 miles or so, and this is the result. The plug on the left is from cylinder 4. 3 and 4 look identical, and the plug on the right is from cylinder 1, and 1 and 2 look identical too. And it's 1 and 2 are clearly running more rich than the other carburetor. So I took a look at the height of the jet in the carburetor and used my dial caliper to, the bottom piece of the dial caliper to check that distance, and they were off. But strangely, the jet and carburetor, the front carburetor, was higher than the jet and the back carburetor, which to me would think that it would be leaner. But so what I did is I put or readjusted the front jet to match the back jet, or the jet and the rear carburetor, and this is what I got. So at this point, I've readjusted the choke and the throttle linkage, so everything's opening at the same time. I think the next thing I'm going to do is balance the carburetors, and then I'm just going to go straight to the color tune, I think. Carb's balanced now. They're like 11.5, whatever that scale is on this thing. Works pretty good. So, and it's idling at about 950 RPM or so. I have to keep a little bit high, so if I'd run the headlights and everything, although they're LED now, but maybe I'll back it off a little bit later. But I'm still want to concentrate on this mixture issue. So I'm going to throw the air cleaners back on it, and then move to the color tune. So here's my color tune. This is the part that actually goes in place of the spark plug. It's got, I don't know if it's glass or some kind of plastic in there or what, but I don't know if you can see the electrode in there. So basically you replace the spark plug with that, and then this little extension gets screwed onto the end of the thing, and then this goes into the spark plug. So that's about it. So let's get this thing in here. Okay, so the key to using this is to just put the plug in just finger tight. It doesn't have to be very tight at all. But make sure you put the copper gasket on there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start it up now. Get you down here where you can see it. Okay, so did you see how it was white and then it went to blue? That's what you want. Okay, now I've switched the colortune plug to cylinder number 1, and we'll see how this goes. Hopefully we'll see something different. Okay, well, you can see this is yellow. This is the way it's supposed to be when it's idling, and then it turns to blue. Okay, well, at this point, I'm not really sure what to say. I guess at the end of the day, it still runs good. Ran great going up to Dayton. I was hitting, 80 miles an hour a lot of the way, just cruising right along, and it seemed to run just fine. And I believe I got about 33 miles to the gallon too, which is pretty good. Still don't know why one carburetor is running richer than the other. I did at the end here, I bought another set of spark plugs, so I threw those in it. So we'll see. I'll drive it for a little bit more and see what happens. But it's been raining all day today, so that's kind of why I did this today. So basically, to recap, what did I do first? Clean the air filters, readjusted all the linkages. The throttle was off a little bit on it was hanging up a little bit on the front carburetor, so I centered the linkages up a little bit better for both carburetors for that. And I did find, strangely, that I didn't have the choke adjusted correctly on the front carburetor, so what happened was when I pulled the choke out, the jet would drop on the back carburetor but not the front. I just didn't have it, the thing rotated enough to where it would push the jet down, so I fixed that. So now I have choke on both carbs, and they both turn off. Actually, I put springs on both of them, so they'll definitely come back. What else did I do then? Let's see. Oh, balance the carburetors using that little volume meter thingy, and got those balanced. It idles at about 900 RPM. I might drop that just a little bit. I'm not sure. The only thing is that, well, I guess I had halogen headlamps in it before. Now they're LED, so they're not going to draw as much current. But I did notice when I had the halogen lights in it, when I turned on the headlights, that RPMs dropped about 150 RPM. So that's kind of why I had it set so high. So I might drop it down about 750 or 800 here, maybe tomorrow or something, just to see how that works. And then the last thing was that I used my colortune to check the mixtures on the two carburetors, and I used the rear carburetor as my the standard for the other one, thinking that that one has the best mixture right now. And they both seem to be okay. I mean, it's supposed to be yellow when it's in idle, or like the low speed circuit, and then turn blue. The flame's supposed to turn blue when it gets into mid-range and high RPM. So that's exactly what happened. So I threw a new set of plugs in it, and we'll see. I'll just keep you posted. If anybody has any idea, hold on a second. This truck goes by. If anybody has any other thoughts or suggestions, just leave it in the comment below, and then I'll take a look at it. It's not a big deal, I guess, because it's running okay, but it just bothers me that they're so out of balance. The carburetors are so out of balance. So anyway, thanks for watching, and please subscribe and hit the like button, and I'll keep pumping out videos. Thanks a lot.